Well, it just shows you what the pressure of this crucible situation can do. What did we learn about both men from that opening frame?
Well, that Ronnie O'Sullivan's still in fantastic shape when it comes to clearing the balls up. He may not have hit top form, but I'll tell you what, there's never been a player like him for mopping up when the other guy misses. And it was a desperate miss from Ali's perspective. It looks a bit more difficult, you know, when you're playing a shot than it does sometimes on the cameras, John, but it was still very, very gettable.
I mean, you're not really going to have a say in this match if you miss balls like that. I mean, he's already in front. He just needs to pop the loose reds with the colours, and he's going to win a frame exactly to get a good start. And I mean, to miss that,
well,
you really can't see a way back.
Is it a loss of concentration? Is it tension at the moment? What?
I really don't know. I mean, it didn't look like there was any. There didn't look like there was any positional problems. I mean, a lot of the times the top pros miss a ball is because they're trying to get position, but that looked more or less foregone conclusion. It may be he just took it for granted, but you'd have to ask Ali. Who knows?
Well, he was sitting there just as they were re-racking the balls, and he looked a little bit lost, I have to say. And that's the way it's beginning to look overall in this final.
Yeah, it's not the best break off, and when Ali walked back to the table, he was so disappointed. He's almost pretended to throw his cue into the audience there. But he's got to be proud of himself, John, isn't he? I mean, he's got to the final of a major, the biggest of the lot. He's made a 147. Now, don't get down on yourself.
Great opening red from Ronnie, and just about. Got a slight angle on the blue, but there's red in the middle of the table to the left of the pink he can play on. Yeah, I remember when you played well, you weren't that animated, but certain people are. And he must be just so disappointed with his performance, and I can understand that. It's the biggest match of his life, and he's just so disappointed. I feel for him, but that's the nature of the game. When you're at the table, you've got to pop the balls. And don't miss easy ones like he did in the last frame. And the yellow, I keep going back to, that he missed last night. They're scars that are very difficult to get over.
I mean, it happens to the best of them, doesn't it? One of our studio guests, the great John Parrott, lost a match 18-3 to Davis. Well, that's going to give you scars, but he's still won plenty of tournaments.
14.
This was the yellow John's talking about yesterday evening. Well, there's 2 frames we've seen, so all of a sudden the score becomes 10-7 rather than 12-5. And there's been another couple of frames, John, hasn't there?
Could make him a stronger person. He'll learn a lot about himself in this match. And let's hope he gets the benefit from it. Let's hope he can turn it round in the near future. No one wants to see anyone struggling.
And having a close look at his eyes there, John, for me they're a little bit watery. Maybe he's just so frustrated with himself. It's almost feels like he wants to cry. And I don't blame him, because I mean he just knows he's not producing, and he's got Ronnie at probably, you know, as bad as he's going to be at the moment, the way he's played this last 17 days.
Looking for an angle on the blue, but well, he's not got much of one. There may just be a red available into the right corner. Trying to force a cue ball across, so he thinks he's on this red.
44.
Just misjudged it. No bad contact. He thought he was just going to clip off one red, but then he clipped off a third red, and that's why he's run out of position. just a safety to play. Just watch, he caught one red and then he caught the other, and that just took the pace out of the cue ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 45.
And even though he leads by 45, he was reluctant to put the black out of play. A lot of players would have concentrated on putting the black out of play. Now these can go wrong if he's playing the thin safety shot. A, you can kiss the black. B, you can catch the jaws of the pocket. Got to hit these just right. I suppose I should have said C. You could put a red over the corner. I didn't think of that one. Yes, his aim was definitely to win at least 2 frames in this session to take us in the evening session. I'm just a little concerned with his body language that he doesn't fancy it at all at the minute. He's really got to dig himself out of this little hole he's in at the moment.
1.
Once again, just not got the right angle on the blue, but there's a red on the end of the cluster that will go into the right corner. So I didn't have to do a lot with the cue ball. Now this is the type of shot we're talking about.
6.
I mean, most people have to get the rest here, but not Ronnie.
Of course.
Left-handed.
So this with the rest, John, would probably be maybe 6 or 7 out of 10, and now it's 9 out of 10, so it's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, you know, playing it with a little bit, you know, be stunning into the other reds, try and bring other reds into play. With the rest, it can be difficult. And he just nudges it in left-handed, delicate little stump shot, the frame at his mercy. And no help from Ali Carter this time, apart from that loose safety, but that can happen any time. So Ronnie winning this frame and doing it quite comfortably.
13.
Hypothetically, John, what kind of standard would O'Sullivan be left-handed, do you think? Could he be a top 32 player?
Well, he
14.
did play a match, didn't he? And he played Peter Ebdon and beat him 9-4. He played him left-handed because he wasn't happy the way he was playing right-handed.
Almost top 16 then.
Well, yeah, a little bit embarrassing for Peter, but as Peter said, he said, what can I do? He never missed a ball.
21. 22.
The applause from the crowd. This frame is over.
$28. 29.
'Well, as John mentioned, Ali
29 in
Carter just
frame.
played one poor safety shot there. Ronnie O'Sullivan with a high break of 49. Finished the break, the frame, I should say, with 29. And goes further clear at 13.5. Well, John, it's worrying times. I mean, we knew that Ali Carter was a big second favourite in this match, and as we've said many, many times, it's not as if he's got slaughtered. He's had chance after chance.
Well, absolutely, and that will be the most disappointing aspect. You build yourself up. Here's one of the shots he's missed. Remember, he came to the table there when he was 40 points in front, got another chance, and, well, wants to throw his cue away. As I say, the only thing you can now look to is will it make him stronger for the future, because at the moment he looks in bits to me. And who wouldn't be? The biggest moment of your life, and you're not producing the form that he has produced